Gay marriage has obviously been a hot button topic for many politicians these days. Hillary Clinton came out in support just this weekend. John Boehner reaffirmed his conservative position earlier this week. And now RNC Chairman Reince Priebus decided to take to MSNBC to try to give his take on the party's stance. Check this out.
Party, if we're going to cut out certain pieces and certain parts that we may not agree on 100% on, but we have to grow. So we have to grow through addition.
Mr. Chairman, you're a relatively young man. You're a relatively young man, 41 years old. Do you think the Republican Party will grow by the next election or the election afterwards on gay marriage? Do you think it's inevitable? Do you think by the time you're 50, the party will say in its platform, you know what, we're not going to say that marriage is between a man and a woman wholeheartedly?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen in 9 years, Luke. I know what our principles are, and I know our party believes that marriage is between one man and one woman, but I also know that we have a party that's going to be inclusive and is going to listen to people and is going to allow differences of opinion in our party, and we're going to move forward, build. And that's what I know, and I know that's what I believe, and that's the type of party that I want to continue to build.
Now, Arthur Priebus is obviously trying to keep the party's options open when it comes to this issue. And probably getting a Rob Portman U-turn from the entire party on gay marriage is something that will be unfeasible, something that will not happen by the next election. But I think that that's a pretty good question there, right? Let's say 50 years down the line, or by the time Reince Priebus gets up there in age a little bit, do we think that things might be shifting?
Yeah, I think they probably will. And he says on the one hand, they want to keep the party as inclusive as they can, but really keeping in your platform that marriage is between a man and the woman does only one thing, and that is it excludes gays. So I think and this is a couple days after the RNC chairman came out and said, well, we're going to support Rob Portman, even though he's totally reversed himself on this plank of our party's platform. Basically, this is trying to have it both ways. It's an effort to keep the money coming in from conservative Christians while at the same time trying to mollify people who want the party to move along in the direction that the rest of the country is going. And polls do show that that's where the country is going. Majority support for gay marriage reached its highest level this week.
So poor Reince Priebus, he has to decide whether he's going to go with the polls and where the majority of the country is going, or what ends up filling the party's coffers.
You know what my favorite thing about him is? I think this has been said before, but you can't say enough. If you take the vowels out of his name, all you're left with is RNC PRBS. I mean, even he has made this joke, but that's just amazing.
Shockingly enough, I somehow have not heard that one before. So thank you for just making my day a little bit better, because that is so fitting.